this week, and Brady reportedly wants a 2-year commitment from New England. 2 years. Last year, Brady was looking for guaranteed money through the 2020 season to assure his own job security, and he's expected to want the same for 2021 on a new deal this offseason. This report is from Jeff Ho of The Athletic. I don't...
We know that, don't we? Isn't that kind of
I don't know what... Yeah, I would assume that he would want 2 years. I don't know why he would go through all of this for one more year. So, I mean, now, is Brady going to be playing at a high level in 2 years? I don't think so, because I think we all feel like he's taken a step back this year.
Tom always wants an extra year that New England doesn't want to give him. You ever notice that? Like,
well, that's how New England does business, though.
I know.
I don't know. I still... My gut is still telling me that he leaves. I know you're kind of leaning towards he ends up staying.
Leaning? I'm 98% staying.
You're 98% he's staying?
Yeah, I changed the Brady pie last week to 98% staying, 1% retirement, 1% Tennessee.
I think retirement is completely out of the question.
Okay.
I would go 0% on the pie.
I'm 98% Brady stays.
There's not even a sprinkle of retirement.
All right.
I would say it's... For me, because I'm saying my gut is saying that he leaves, I would say it's like 55 he leaves.
You're Jeff Darlington.
Why go through all of this if you're going to stay?
Well, because sometimes you argue with your wife for months because you want something, you fight. But divorcing and arguing, marriage can be exhausting. It can. Let me tell you something. I'm in one. They can be exhausting.
Look, all I'm saying is it just feels like this is a lot of work to just end up staying in New England for whatever you guys are going to figure out.
Well, it also, we appear to have now 37 Patriot insiders.
Well, yeah, there's
I've given up.
I mean...
I'm over it. I think he's staying.
I think it's one of those situations where Tom is probably putting out a lot of things, but the only people that really know what his ultimate plan is him and Giselle.
Right, there you go.
So kind of like, when LeBron is leaving or not leaving, everybody has his story, and then someone's going to end up being right because that's what they went with.
Yeah.
So Tua Tagovailoa's recovery from hip surgery last November seems to be going well, and he gave an update at the Combine on when he expects to be ready to go.
Oh, good.
Up to this point, I've been rehabbing my butt off. After March 9th, when I get clearance from my doctors, then it's full go up until my pro day.
So after March 9th, he's not sure if he will be able to participate in Alabama's pro day on March 24th. He's planning his own pro day for April 9th.
Love him. Love everything about him.
Combine measurements, 6 feet tall, 217 pounds, and bigger hands. His left hand is 10 inches, and his right hand is 9 7/8.
Did you see that? Something. I get an extra inch here on the football. Matters.
I suppose they wouldn't measure it if it didn't matter. I don't think I'm making a decision about which quarterback to lean one way or the other.
You go ahead and support Tiny Hand Joe Burrow.
Hands?
Go ahead, Tiny Hand Joe Burrow. Joey likes Tiny Hand Joe Burrow. I like Massive Hand Tua.
Well, look, we could balance that out. Tua has 3 injuries, and Burrow doesn't.
I am so excited to watch Tua in Miami. I am giddy.
I think it's going to be very interesting.
Love him.
I hope that if he's available, that Miami takes him.
If I like a kid at the microphone, it's hard for me to be objective. Like, I just love Zion at the microphone. It's like I'm in. Like, if I like you, if you like Tua, every time they ask him a question, he's perfect.
He's very Russell Wilson-esque at the microphone. I will give him that. He's very mature. He's handling this injury thing very transparently. I feel like he's not avoiding it. He's not making. He's not trying to divert from the fact that he's recovering from a very serious injury. No. I do like that. I had pause about Tua before this injury, and so this has only compiled my concern about it. But if I'm the Dolphins and he's available, or really any team that has any interest in taking a quarterback and he's available, I'm taking him. You have to do it. Yeah. This draft is a crapshoot.
Yeah.
I mean, how many times do we go over how many busts there are in the draft? You have to go with the talent that you've seen. Bruce just said, you fall in love with the tape, don't fall in love with the Combine. So finally, get ready for Wilder Fury 3. Deontay Wilder confirmed he will exercise his right to an immediate third fight with Tyson Fury after suffering the first loss of his career on Saturday. And he also gave some insight into why he thinks he was outmatched. He said, I paid a severe price because my legs were how they were because of my uniform. My uniform was way too heavy. It was 40-plus pounds. We had it on 10 or 15 minutes before. We even walked out and then put the helmet on. It was like a real workout for my legs. When I took it off, I knew immediately that the game has changed. Now, you were closer to
Oh, there's not a
Tyson's
doubt.
corner.
Yeah,
I was the other corner over. But
I was next to his corner. There is absolutely no question. When he walked into the ring, I was right behind him. And I thought to myself, this is just not. First of all, Fury took 10 minutes to walk out. So he's sitting in that thing, sweating. The arena was hot.
It was very hot.
Okay,
yes.
so I was in a suit. He's in a suit. I was sweating.
Yeah.
So
I'm not a sweater, and I was sweating.
It was so, the idea that, look at that kid. He was sitting there like 12 minutes in that thing.
It looked heavy. It looked uncomfortable, which is the first thing I thought when he came out.
Why are we dismissing? Why would Deontay Wilder, why are we dismissing all these things?
What I noticed was when he took the headpiece off, he went like this. So I was like, oh my God, the bottom of that is secure. Like, I thought it was just a mask that came over.
And I was from behind. It was like an apparatus.
Yes, it was a whole thing. Now, I wouldn't use the word uniform because your boxing shorts are the uniform. This is not a uniform. This was a costume that they both wore to come out for the presentation, which I enjoyed.
Yeah,
the theatrics are part of the sport.
I hated it. One guy was carried in. One guy had to carry 40 pounds of apparatus in.
Didn't have to.
Didn't have to, but did, and
but that's what people are taking an issue with. It wasn't a forced situation. You didn't have to do that. And listen, I love Wilder. I think he's great. I was rooting for him in this fight, and I will be rooting for him in the third fight. But you don't have to do that. So that's kind of what people are pushing back on. Now, I do think there is something to it. I don't think he's making it up. I do think that affected him. And mentally, after he got out of all that, he might have said, wow, that took a little bit out of me. It's just unfortunate. But it was all Fury the whole fight.
Good stuff, Joy, with the news.
Well, that's the news.
And thanks for stopping by.
The Herd.
Okay, Rick Bucher, I got to take a quick break. Rick Bucher's right over there. He's going to join me. Rick, get out here, Fox Sports NBA analyst. We're going to bring Rick Bucher in. Come on in. You can come on in now. No, I want to bring him in now, Greg. That's why the show's called The Herd, not the Greg Toohey. Get him out here. I want to ask you a question. Brought to you by Mercedes, the best or nothing. Before we go to break.
Yes.
Okay. Zion, LeBron.
Yes.
Okay.
No comparison.
Does everybody understand?
No.
Okay, I'm just going to say this. Zion's the next LeBron. Respond.
No. He's not. What I like about him is that he has some of the same magnetic personality. He has some of the amazing athleticism. Is he going to be a guy that's going to lead teams to championships? That I don't know.
He won't have the ball in his hands.
He doesn't have the same game. He doesn't play the same position. So there's a lot that I really like about him. The more I see him, the more I like. But you could make the case he's not the best player on his team right now, which is why it's outrageous that people are saying, can he win Rookie of the Year? Can he take that from John Morant? John Morant has led the Grizzlies to where they are. You can't play 37, 40 games and win Rookie of the Year. You just can't.
Okay, stick around. Now we're going to break. Come back. 8 more minutes with Rick Bucher. Brought to you by Mercedes. The best or nothing in LA. It's The Herd.